Hello and welcome to your favorite nautical authoritative. It's NIMASA This Week, the voice of maritime. This program is brought to you, of course, by the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, the nation's apex regulator and promoter of all shipping and related activities within the Nigerian maritime space. My name is Ubong Esien, and it's always a pleasure to be your guide on this voyage. Welcome back. It's still NIMASA This Week, the voice of maritime, and today we bring you the concluding installment of the IMO Secretary General's visit to Nigeria, where you get to see the Day 2 activities as carried out by Mr. Kitak Lim, all of which had to do with NIMASA, from the commissioning of a new head office in Victoria Island to all of the various operational and educational facilities at the NIMASA Regional Maritime Resource Center in Kirikiri, as well as the DG's diary, plus our other regulars. So if you're ready, it's anchors away.
Introducing the NIMASA Distress Response Call Lines for all maritime stakeholders, ship owners, seafarers, ship captains. Whatever your challenge or distress in the Nigerian maritime domain, please call 0803 0685 167, 0708 0005 956, 0700 0700 010. If you can't reach us on these lines, please call 0700 0700 020, 0700 0700 030. Also via VHF Radio Channel 16. Call and NIMASA will respond. The Director General of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, Dr. Bashir Jamo, says it's important to have the presence of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, around our territorial waters. The DG said this during a courtesy visit from the members of NDLEA Celebrity Drug-Free Club at the agency's headquarters in Apapa, Lagos.
The small boats that they are running around, these local boys, sometimes in canoe, sometimes in small boats, non-conventional vessels, they carry the drugs and go and sell it to those bigger ships. So it's very key and it's very cardinal to have the NDLE around our territorial waters, around our coastal areas, so that they can be able to check all these things, because these people, they devise many means. If they know you know this area, they open another area, they close that area, they go to another area. So I would like to sincerely congratulate you for doing that. And you know, of recent time, in the last 32 years, for the first time, the NDLE destroyed over 560,000 illicit drugs. For the first time in 32 lifetime of the NDLE, this is the first time major seizure was done and destroyed. So on behalf of the agency, I would like to congratulate you for this singular achievement and milestone and success you achieved.
Dr. Jamo also made a call to the Celebrity Drug Club and other influencers to use their various platforms to educate the public, particularly the youth, on the dangers of drug abuse.
If there is any policy government want to introduce, they get the musicians, the preachers, either Islamic preachers or Christians pastors. They get the drama players and they now brief them. This is what we intend to do. They will use the medium of either singing and send the signals to Nigerians. By way of music, people can take a lot of lesson as a joke and take senses. They sensitize people. Those who play drama, they use drama to send signals. Sometimes when they are sending that signals, if you are watching the drama, if you are a culprit, you begin to think that this man is targeted at me. It's me that he's referring at. When he doesn't know you, but he's just looking at, this is the message the government wants to send. So they use the drama, or those people who go to the mosque and preach, or go to the churches and preach, they will now put it as part of their sermons and now educate Nigerians easily to Nigerians and sensitize them without even paying or any hardship. When you call somebody and say, sit down in a classroom, you begin to coach him. He is hungry. While you are coaching him or you are teaching him, his mind is somewhere, what he can get so place. His mind is not on what you are saying. But when she's playing drama, the first thing somebody will start looking at her beauty. So he will wait because of her beauty to listen what she will show or what she will say. From there, he will get the signal and get the message.
He assures the Celebrity Drug Club of support and strengthened relationships in the fight against drug trafficking in our maritime domain.
I want to assure you that the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, we are ready to give you all the assistance and all the supports you need to make sure that we get rid of these drugs in our own maritime domain and in our own maritime industry. And I want to confirm to you and assure you, major part of these drugs are coming through the sea. So put your eagle eye at the sea level, because those are the areas that is not easy. It's very easy for you to move tons upon tons upon tons of drugs without people knowing. At the airport, you will be seen. Everybody will see you moving with baggages, with luggages. You have your dogs, snippers, they can go and sniff and get it. But what of ship? Before you know, they upload it and put it in a canoe and they move it to another destination. At night, they now find a way of crossing into the city with it, and before you know it becomes a story.
The national coordinator of the NDLEA Celebrity Drug Free Club, Mr. Wilson Igodalo, noted that some of the primary objectives of the NDLEA Celebrity Drug Free Club is to serve as a role model to colleagues and youths in the society.
The chairman was actually appointed, General Bubamawa was appointed last year. He came up with an initiative called WADA, which is War Against Drug Abuse. When he came up with this idea, it has been fire for fire, it has been manifested in positive light, and that is why it has been recognized even by the president recently.
Mr. Igodalo also called on NIMASA to collaborate with the Celebrity Drug Free Club to focus on the scourge of drug demand reduction in the country. The executive chairman of the Federal Character Commission, Dr. Muiba Dankaka, paid a courtesy visit to the Director General of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, Dr. Bashir Jamo, at the agency's headquarters in Apapa, Lagos. Dr. Dankaka stated that her team were in the agency to appreciate the Director General for working closely with the Federal Character Commission to carry out its constitutional mandate and also to ensure that NIMASA continues to adhere strictly to the principles of the Federal Character Commission. The NIMASA DG, Dr. Bashir Jamo, appreciated Dr. Dankaka and the members of the Federal Character Commission for their steadfast cooperation. The International Maritime Organization IMO Secretary General, His Excellency Mr. Kitek Lim, on the second day of his visit to Nigeria, commissioned the ultra-modern headquarters of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency located in the Highbrow area of Victoria Island. Speaking at the event was the chairman of the House Committee on Maritime Safety, Education and Administration, Honorable Linda Ikpeazu, who commended Dr. Jamo-led administration of NIMASA.
I'd like to say that the DG NIMASA, he's done a wonderful job. And of course, the minister, you're really steering, giving very good direction. He's done an excellent job, but I know there's still more room for improvement because that's why we're humans. Until you die, that's when you stop improving. So I only encourage you to do more. You're definitely on the right path. You have the vision, you have the commitment to take our maritime sector to a greater height. And we're so lucky to have you steer the ship. So thank you so much. And of course your staff, because nobody does it alone. Your staff, of course, also has their, should also be encouraged. So thank you so much for what you've done today. We expect more. Thank you very much.
In his welcome speech, the Director General of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Dr. Bashir Jamo, commended Lim for his timely visit to the country. Jamo also informed the Secretary General of the IMO that NIMASA has embarked on various projects in the year 2022 with the goal of ensuring a robust and conducive maritime environment in Nigeria.
Appreciate each and every one of them, particularly our guest, the number one man in the regulatory body of the maritime all over the world, the Secretary General of International Maritime Organization. I think in the lifetime of maritime, this is only the second Secretary General that happened to be in Nigeria. And the last one that came, it was in the last 15 years. And today we are having another person other than the Secretary General on the soils of Nigeria. Despite his tight schedule and many things, he just tried to honor his word because in February he made this promise. Today he is here and I'm happy. I'm one of the most delighted person to see that he's the one commissioning this particular building. Your Excellency, your name remain on gold as far as Nigeria. And after this, you will see more projects. We dedicated 2022 as the project year. Your Excellency, I want to inform you, we have more than 10 projects ongoing now. And we expect before the end of this administration, we will commission those projects. You are going to commission some of the projects, but we have more than 10 projects. And part of the projects has something to do with the human element. One, skill acquisition. We have 6 skill acquisition centers all over Nigeria, one per geopolitical zones.
On that same day, the IMO Secretary General went on to inspect the C4I Center, the NIMASA Library, and also the NIMASA Lab in Kirikiri. Here are the highlights. Mr. Lim commended the cordial working relationship between the Minister of Transportation, Engineer Muazu Jaji Sambo, and the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency. Lim made this commendation in Kirikiri town as he commissioned the country's regional maritime safety center, now renamed after him.
I was very, very impressed to see the leadership. It is a thorough model of softer leadership. So as I saw the very, happy and productive communication between the minister and all other people. And also I saw the permanent secretary, Madam Ajani, very, very efficient, very devoted, and also other the members of the NIMASA and transportation, very impressive. I'm looking forward to further advance more development and the progress of NIMASA and the Transport Ministry of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
On his part, the Minister of Transportation, Engineer Muazi Jaji Sambo, expressed gratitude to the IMO Secretary General for making time to visit Nigeria and also having a first-hand opinion on the developmental strides in Nigeria's maritime sector.
This is the most powerful official of the International Maritime Organization coming to Nigeria. You don't get them coming to any country anyhow. They have very busy schedules. In fact, IMO Council is taking place next week in London, as you know. But I think the significance of Nigeria and the relationship, which is quite robust, that we have with the Secretary General in particular, and the roles we have been able to play in the maritime domain, I think all played together to attract him to this country. Today, Nigeria is the cynosure of all eyes all over the world by this single visit. And we remain grateful to the Secretary General. He is a friend of Nigeria and indeed a friend of Africa.
Several very serious photos. This is LNG River Niger. LNG River Niger. The two small clouds are still approaching very closely, sir. Approaching very closely. And I'm slowing down and sending my crew to Citadel. I repeat, I'm sending my crew to Citadel. Yes.
Oh, okay, Captain. Okay, Captain. We are in contact with the Navy. The Navy said they can sight you and they are heading towards your vessel ASAP. So yes, please. Get everyone into the Citadel and lock up the Citadel. Get everyone into the Citadel and lock up the Citadel, please.
We just received a distress call from the master of the vessel. They sighted a suspicious craft 7 nautical miles away from them. They are not sure if it's possessing any threat to them as of now, but we need to know any information we can get on the particular vessel. The IMO is 9262. 235. So I need you to go and search for the vessel. Any information you can get on the vessel, please. In the next 5 minutes, you need to get it to the command.
NIMASA's deep blue, calmer coast and safer seas.
My name is Chief Dr. George Mogalo.
Senator Binta Masi Garba.
Is Rollins McFoy, the President of Women in Maritime Nigeria.
You are watching NIMASA This Week.
You are watching NIMASA This Week.
NIMASA This Week, the voice of maritime.
The voice of maritime.
The voice of the maritime industry.
The voice of the maritime.
NIMASA This Week, the voice of maritime, showing on these stations.
You're still watching NIMASA This Week, the voice of maritime. It's time to check out some of the nautical conversations currently making the rounds online. So you can continue the conversation with the DG of NIMASA at Jamo Bashir, as well as at NIMASA Official across all of the social media platforms currently showing on your screen. However, when it comes to doing business within Nigeria's maritime space, remember, there are rules and regulations. And all of this is because shipping is indeed highly regulated, with NIMASA bearing the primary responsibility of regulatory oversight. And so we advise you, as always, to make the NIMASA official website, currently displayed on your screen, your first port of call. Thank you for watching today's episode of NIMASA This Week, the voice of maritime, and we hope you found the program very insightful and useful in giving you a deeper understanding of what the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency is doing on an ongoing basis to ensure that we maximize our coastal status as well as deliver on the blue economy. Till I see you next time, remember, the depth of the ocean represents perhaps the greatest source of human wealth untapped. So till I see you next time, my name remains Ubong Essien, asking you as always to stay on course. Bye-bye.